Repeat rhythm.
Welcome to the William. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. Welcome to the William Barron Show. Tonight's show is
sponsored by
us.
Okay. Tonight I'm joined by Craig, Joseph, and Emma. Thank you guys for being here tonight.
You are welcome.
We are in a garage right now, and seeing how and Emma, you as well, you've seen a couple of garage concerts or rehearsals.
Been to a few.
What is it like being back here, Joe?
The original garage?
Where we used to pack
this
man. Place.
This is even down to the workbench in the back. Now, normally the tools I believe were not exposed. They were
cupboards, yeah.
Yeah, so that, the bass players couldn't steal them or something.
Right.
Maybe.
Sketchy bass players.
Drummers and whatnot. This is takes me back. A lot more stuff in here than last time. Seems like there's no room for us to jam anymore.
No.
There's tires and Christmas trees.
Yeah. Well, Craig, you were asking earlier about a stage on cinder blocks.
Yeah.
Well, my grandfather, he's a carpenter. So what we did was we had him make a stage shaped like a diamond, so it would fit in the back corner and kind of come out. And it had a drum riser on it, and it had to step down for the rockers. And
but it wasn't even a full 12 inches above ground. It was like a 6-inch.
Grandpa, I need an ego ramp. Could you make me an ego ramp?
Actually, I think
have it jet out just about 3 to 4 feet.
I want to get some air into the crowd.
Yeah. So what we ended up doing was we found another couple of shitty bands that were just as shitty as we were, and we ended up selling tickets to our friends and whatever, and they would park in the street, and then we closed the gate out front here, and we would have somebody like rip tickets until somebody finally figured out to just climb over the wall, and then a couple people didn't pay to get in or whatever.
Well, the guy taking money at the tickets just was like, go on in. Go on in.
I don't care.
Yeah.
There were people like leaned up against it. Nothing says awesome crowd like when you're jamming and they're laying
on the other side of the garage.
There were so many people outside
milling around.
My high school girlfriend at the time sat with her friend on the floor, not even looking in our direction, just sitting there.
Sitting there being embarrassed for you.
Yeah.
If cell phones had been out at the time, every person in the room would have been staring at their phone, just updating their Twitter feed or something. Like, this show blows.
Thank God they didn't have phones back then. Yeah, we set up a little table at the end of it. We closed all these doors
for refreshments.
The fifth door we sold refreshments and tickets if you hadn't already purchased
basically
them.
2 liters of Mountain Dew and Hawaiian Punch.
And where the folks were completely down with this.
Yeah, they were.
They were excited for us.
Well, you guys were only 16, 17?
Yeah, 16.
Yeah. They're home. We know where they're at.
Right.
They're drinking Mountain Dew.
I think the best part was Bill had planned a wardrobe change for the encore.
Oh, yeah. Because there's a bathroom right inside this door. So
This is why one guy at this table likes the type of music he likes.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
He wasn't even the singer back then. He was just the bass player. And he was
whoa.
So you really got to look out for the bass player.
You. You know what? We went to
child of mine.
Oh, Mark. Yeah, okay.
But we went to high school together, but I did not ever watch you play when he was in the band with you.
Yeah, he was our singer.
No
he was our
kidding.
singer. John. Yeah, he was our drummer.
Mark was
You
the
can
only
say his name as long as you don't drag him through the mud.
Right. Okay.
Well, we don't know what we're going to say.
Right.
Mark was only our singer for like a summer.
Yeah.
And then that was it. And then John was the drummer for like a year, and then he quit.
Yeah. I think he had artistic differences.
He actually announced,
cited.
Probably.
He actually announced his quitting at that show. To the crowd. He said,
to the show.
He got on the mic and said, "This will, just so everyone knows, oh, you got an announcement? This will be my last show with the band. My replacement Mike over there is going to be taking up the sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4." Like we're all like shells. Like what? You're replaced. We don't even get to pick the drummer. You're quitting, and we don't get to pick the guy.
No, he's in the second chair this whole time.
Second chair. Mike, man, that actually worked out to our benefit. Mike was a much better drummer than John.
Yeah, but then he ultimately quit at the next show
Did he announce it well?
by not showing up.
Yeah,
Saying,
So he didn't tell anybody.
No.
no.
And then after calling his house 18 times in a row, his dad finally said, "Look, he ain't coming.
Yeah.
Stop calling my house."
Ouch.
All right.
Well, our drummer, I don't know, a couple drummers after that, we had a Derek
Yeah.
Beavis. He was one of the drummers that would just get like panic attacks before a show. Like
Yeah.
just completely shut down and like go sit in a corner somewhere. We're like, dude,
But
we
he
got to
had
go
like
on.
a diagnosed panic attack.
Well, right. I'm not
symptoms or whatever.
I'm not saying that he was full of
No,
shit.
no. But it was always like a gamble. Like, is he going to be ready or not?
We would pack everything up and he would be fine until we got there.
Yeah.
And we're just unpacking everything and he would just be like, whoa, I need to go sit down for a minute.
But
And then-
he was a great drummer.
a great drummer.
He was
Yeah.
awesome.
It was just weird, like when he would get panic attacks. Emma, do you have a lot of
no
experience with
idea.
panic attacks? Like, know anybody that suffers from them?
Not regularly. I've known people that have suffered
That have
from
had them?
It's
I've-
hard to understand too if you never experienced it. It's kind of like, get your shit together, man. What's
Right.
the problem? But I understand it's like a real thing. But from our point of view, it was always like, oh shit.
Which is crazy because I
Same
never
shit,
knew that
another
even
day.
happened.
And then, then he'd come out of it, he'd be fine. It would a lot of times it would happen after the show. Like he'd
Yeah.
be coming down from something like, oh shit. Like the rush of, because he beat the shit out of his drums.
Yeah, I did.
He was like a Dave Grohl, just.
Yeah, and he was always in rhythm. He always got the girls.
Oh yeah.
But,
the ladies loved Beavis.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. Yeah, they did. Well,
Blonde hair, blue eyed.
Blonde
Mike.
head of curls,
Yeah,
baby face.
he
Skinny,
was like
fit.
Justin Timberlake before Justin Timberlake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so true.
Taking off, he could take off his shirt and actually you could see muscles.
Right.
Not because he worked out, but because his body fat was so low. And he set the drums, he's all tone.
Right.
Right.
As opposed to the rest of us. We take off our shirt, you see pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza and beer.
I got these really soft biceps that just kind of sit there.
No definition.
No.
Well, Craig, have you had any things going on with drummers in the past? Like,
No, I played with the same drummer since '95.
Really?
No kidding.
We went to nursery school together.
How
Oh.
in the hell?
Oh, that's so special.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
We're like Spinal Tap with the drummers.
right.
They're all dead.
Yeah.
Dead
One
to them.
spontaneously combusted.
Look, Blobby would have left on the drums too.
This goes up to 11. But okay,
Choked
so
on vomit.
you've been playing with the same drummer your
Yeah.
entire musical life. That's unheard of. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, and actually, we just discussed this at rehearsal, like maybe 2 weeks ago. Like when we played, when you guys came to see us,
Yeah.
that was the first time that the drummer hadn't played with our bass player. Like, because we changed
Yeah,
bass.
your
We
bass
changed-
player was always with you guys.
right? But then he decided to step aside because he's got a family now and
Okay.
responsibilities and a job where he's got classes that he has to go to. So he stepped aside. That was the first time our drummer hadn't played with the bass player. He'd never played a gig without him.
Wow.
Was
That
he
makes
going
sense.
through withdrawal? He's like, man.
It's probably weird for him.
No, it wasn't
Whoa,
like-
right.
The show went like that because we ended up playing 4 songs. So,
Oh, yeah.
like, before we knew it was over, and it was like, there's that. But as opposed to you guys, we will not be ignored on stage.
We talked a little bit about that last week about how
Well, we did.
I asked Craig if his neck hurt at the end of it
From thrashing?
He was like, no, man.
Again, I practice that at home more than I practice guitar.
You almost have to. I feel like.
Yeah, you
Looks
gotta-
like
some
it
neck
hurt.
Gotta
stretches.
keep that neck loose.
Right? Some shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
No, I
But-
didn't even stretch.
So yes, welcome to the wonderful abode of
Yeah.
Barron Stadium.
Taking it back.
And then we also had a show. We took the stage and we put it down on the tennis court in the back of the house, and we had a what was it? Like we didn't have any lights on. It was just dark. It was
Yeah.
just pitch black.
Well, actually, you had the spotlights for playing tennis at night,
Yeah.
and we had those on, so we were illuminated. But all the teenagers were like, "Dude, it'd be a lot cooler if you turned those lights off, man, so we
Right.
could smoke and drink at your house."
Right. This was in high school, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
This is the very next year.
This was
So now we're 17.
Yeah.
And and this time we actually had more people show
Right.
up. Well, because they plan on drinking and smoking.
Right.
And our drummer just didn't show up.
Right.
And we're frantically calling him. My cousin happened to be it was like one of the only shows he ever came to, probably so he could smoke. And he says he's like, "Well, I could drum for you, but I need a drum kit." So now we're calling everybody we know. You got a drum kit. We find one kid who has one. We have to drive all the way out to Dunlap to get it, but we can't borrow the whole kit because we can't fit the whole thing in our car. So we get a kick drum, a snare drum, and a hi-hat. That's it. So he's just boom, boom, boom. No crash. No, you just open it up and
He'd actually say it.
you might as well have.
Right. Bass drum. Oh, I got a bass drum.
Well, the poor guy, we were like, all right, man, here's our set list. We're opening up with Something for the Pain by Bon Jovi.
And we got all these original songs.
Right.
And then Bon Jovi songs he's never heard.
Right. Def Leppard. We played Pour Some Sugar on Me.
It was like, okay,
Terribly.
What
would
other
have
songs
been,
do you know?
What would have been better, just to find a half-ass drummer with a half-ass kit, or just play acoustic?
In hindsight, we should have just went bare bones.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring it back.
Yeah,
We're gonna bring it down.
and take it back to the roots. But we didn't want it to be more boring than the concert last year that we did.
Sure.
Because I think we even called this
Mu-
part 2.
It was it wasn't music.
Oh, there was huge buildup. There was a
An
flyer.
annual- Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well,
There was ads were taken out.
well, and then after that, then we started going over to Expo.
Yeah.
What was that? The Opera House.
Yeah.
And that's when we came up with the brilliant idea to form Musical Hysteria.
Yeah.
And we went out and we would get 4 other bands.
Speaking of having a nervous breakdown, everybody on stage is having a really bad fucking day. Musical hysteria. Oh my god!
It was probably the worst name, but I was going through a Def Leppard kick at the time. And
That's the time.
Hysteria was in my tape deck all day long.
I was there for that
you
show.
made Musical Hysteria?
I
Or did you
absolutely.
make the second one?
Well, I'm pretty sure I was there for both of them.
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
I? Not the tennis court, if that
No.
was considered the
Yeah,
first
no,
one.
the tennis. No. I
Higher
don't think-
Ground. Which one did Higher Ground play at?
That was the first one.
That was one. Yeah.
Okay, I was there
Yeah,
for that
okay.
one.
Yeah,
and
that
then
makes
where
sense.
was 2? That one didn't go so
It was
well.
the Opera House,
And we
that
had
was
Taxi War Dance.
Dance.
That's
our headliner.
right. I was there for both of
They
those.
took
Yeah.
80% of the door.
Yeah, that didn't work out too
Yeah.
well for us.
No, I mean we broke even.
Oh, and we were trying to raise money for a charity.
For Charlie, for that
Charlie,
kid. Yeah.
and his family, and we had nothing. like Taxi War Dance was like, I don't give a fuck about your charity, man.
Right.
I'm taking 80%.
Right.
And we're like, okay. And then after we paid for the tickets to be printed and the
Yeah.
flyers and all that stuff, we were like,
We had commercials on the radio. We had to hire one cop for every 25 people,
yeah,
and
yeah.
we were expecting 400, 500 people. And you have to hire the police department to actually off-duty cops to show up in uniform and
provide your own security. And,
at $45 an
oh,
hour.
man. It was rough.
So we were trying to raise money because one of our guitarists and our drummers' classmates had died in a car accident earlier that year.
That's right.
We wrote that Poison ripoff song for him. We just wrote an original.
Nothing was going well that summer.
Yeah. And I will never forget that when we were playing that song, like all of a sudden I saw this little old lady like come fishing through, like, oh. Thank you, Mom. This little old lady